Hi Aries, this is your January 9th through January 15th weekly tarot reading. I do 5 separate spreads in my weekly readings. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll do an X spread. We'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances, and we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love. This week, we have the Eight of Cups clarified by Justice. We have the Queen of Wands clarified by the Star. Then we have the Sun. In the potential outcome, we have the King of Wands with the Four of Wands and the Empress. And we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus on the table. But let's address the obvious. First of all, you guys are the King and the Queen of Wands, right? Granted, the person coming into your life could be a fellow fire sign, another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I usually call the King and the Queen of Wands, if they show up in the same reading, a partners in crime couple. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. What that usually means is that you guys are on the same page. You have very similar interests. You have common goals. You finish each other's sentences. Both of you are explorers. Both of you are easy to get up and go, and things like that. We also have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So you share that Ace of Wands, right? Because you see how both the King and the Queen of Wands are holding up a wand? That's exactly the one we see in the Ace of Wands. And again, I think this is mutual. Both of you are going to get really excited about this new beginning. Both of you are going to be really happy about this. However, there is a small twist to the story. We start off with the Eight of Cups clarified by Justice. Justice could be a Libra, you or your person dealing with, but Justice could be a card of a divorce or a separation. Some of you are leaving your existing partner, either you are or they are, so the two of you could be together. This is not a singles reading. This is a new love reading. Most of you are single, Aries, who are watching right now. Some of you are not. Yeah, it's just life. For others of you, perhaps you just recently got out of one relationship or marriage. You just recently divorced, or they just did, right? So those two cards could be interpreted literally, like somebody is walking away from someone, so the two of you could be together, right? For others of you, it could just be very symbolic. Perhaps both of you have very similar life stories, and the Eight of Cups could be symbolized as somebody leaving in search of something good, in search of love, in search of their perfect partner, what have you. And perhaps with the two of you meeting each other this week, perhaps that search is over for both of you. In some tarot decks, in the Eight of Cups, one of the cups is in the sky, and that's what the person walking in the Eight of Cups walking towards. Something good, something that they wished for, hoped for a very long time. Speaking of wishes, the Queen of Wands, the next card over, is clarified by the Star. The Star is a card of a wish come true. Something people usually wish for a very long time. The Star is also an Aquarius card, but it's clarifying the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, it's either your wish come true or their wish come true. But again, it feels mutual. It really does. Right, then in the middle we have the Sun. The Sun could be a Leo you're dealing with, but the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Going back to that Eight of Cups, you see how there in the left upper corner there is a moon, right? And now we have the Sun. Very symbolic. We're walking away from the moon towards the Sun, right? Because the moon often is associated with, I don't want to say negative, but very emotional, not always in the best way. Very emotional feelings, not always in the best way, right? However, the Sun is always associated with just pure joy and happiness and feeling on top of the world. In the potential outcome, we have the King of Wands with the Four of Wands and the Empress. I assume they are the King of Wands, but and you are the Queen of Wands, but you can assign her also as you wish. I'm just doing it for the reading's sake. So we got the King of Wands with the Four of Wands and the Empress, right? The Four of Wands in the middle is a card of a commitment to marriage. Some people call the Four of Wands the 11-11 card. To me personally, the Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding, but it is one of the commitment of marriage cards nevertheless. The Empress right next to the deck, perhaps that's you being upgraded from the Queen to the Empress in terms of a status, right? The Empress often comes through as a future wife or a future significant other figure or a future mother figure or both. So if having children is still an option for you, the two of you could definitely have children together. But besides that, the Empress is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It's abundance in its purest form. And in my spreads, the Empress usually shows up as a sign from above, or a sign from, from the universe, if you will, for a connection to move forward. And that's exactly what I think is happening here. So I think you guys found each other. It really does feel like it's the end of a long, journey. And you finally guys are at the end of that journey. From this point, it's a new journey for the two of you together. And you can definitely make it happen. We have quite a few major arcana cards on the table, right? Some really amazing major arcana cards. The Star, the Sun, and the Empress. They're beautiful, amazing major arcana cards by themselves and especially together. I'm not even going to bother with an extended for you, Aries, because I think you got it. Really happy for you. Congratulations. Aries, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the King of Cups clarified by the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Cups clarified by the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, and we have you, the Emperor, on the bottom of the deck. We have a couple here, this King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. And they're celebrating something, or you are celebrating something. Well, there's definitely some kind of a celebration going on, and I think you're going to go to that event or a party they're throwing, or perhaps all of you are getting together and going to a concert or something like that. All right, so yeah, the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, even though one is clarifying the other, I think it's a couple. Perhaps these are your friends or relatives or what have you. Right, we have you, the Emperor, on the bottom of the deck. And the Three of Cups in the middle is a card of a celebration. Yeah, and it's clarified by the Chariot. There could Cancer be involved here, right? The Chariot is a Cancer card, right? But the Chariot could also be either you going somewhere where they invited you, or the other way around, or all of you are going somewhere, right? And the Ten of Cups right next to the deck is a card of a family. It's also a card of some kind of a celebration as well, just like the Ten of Cups. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Aries. This week, keep in mind it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. Also, keep in mind we're still in both Mars and Mercury retrograde. Mars retrograde is over on the 12th, but Mercury retrograde still rages on. This is when more exes than usual resurface. We got the Knight of Swords clarified by the Ace of Wands. We have the Two of Cups clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. We have Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or pretty much any zodiac sign. Yeah, somebody is rushing back in. Yes, those retrogrades are lighting up the fire underneath this person's butt. Right, so it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius with that Knight of Swords. Or again, this is the energy of this person rushing back in. It's the fastest night out of all 4 nights. And they're bringing all kinds of stuff with them. For somebody, they will literally bring something. Right, the Ace of Wands clarifying the Knight of Swords. They're getting all excited, all passionate, all fired up. Right, then we have the Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Two of Cups. Yep, second ace. The Ace of Pentacles could be a proposal, so don't be surprised, Aries. And I see this all the time when people think that the only way to get somebody back is to propose to them, and it sometimes works. To be fair to those people, right? The Two of Cups is a card of a soulmate connection. There's 2 people in the Two of Cups, and I would just have to assume that's you and them. It's a card of unconditional love. Right, the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, that's what they want. They want to start a new cycle. They want to make that wheel spin again. And Judgment, the last card that came out, is a card of somebody coming back from the past. It's a card of resurrection. I don't usually clarify Judgment if it comes last. So I think it's going to be up to you what you want to do with this, Aries. But like I said, there's 2 people in the Two of Cups. And yeah, I think they will throw everything they've got at you with those 2 aces. Alright, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Aries, this week. We have the Magician, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Fool, clarified by the Nine of Cups, and we also have the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You know what? The word that came into my mind was freelancer. That's what it kind of feels like. This spread will apply to you if this week you are, first of all, choosing what you want to do, and then you will know what you want to do and begin this. That's what it feels like. It feels like you have a luxury of choosing this week, and this time you're doing what's best for you, what makes you happy, what's fulfilling you. So it's like you're doing what you love, and at the same time you're going to be making money. That's what it feels like. The Two of Wands, the first card that came out, this is a card of a choice, right? I think that's you choosing what you want to do next, right? The Magician, the first card that came out, is a card of manifestation, and the Magician's got all the tools they need at their disposal. So you can do whatever. You're in the position of doing whatever. The Six of Swords, perhaps you're leaving your existing job. Perhaps you don't have to work anymore. But the Six of Swords is a card of an improvement, right? This is things getting better for you. And then we have the Fool, clarified by the Nine of Cups. First of all, the Fool is one of your major arcana cards. And at the same time, the Fool is a free person, right? A freelancer. With the Fool, you're going to do whatever you want. You're free to do whatever you want. And the Nine of Cups is a card of a wish come true, and at the same time it's a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. A really good spread. Feels like me 3-something years ago, right before I started this channel. Alright, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Aries, this week. We have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Page of Wands. We have the Devil. We have the Seven of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Swords. And we also have the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or any zodiac sign. Well, temptation. Alright, that's what you're not expecting. And somebody may try to seduce you. I'm just going to be very honest with you. Right? But in the lightest form. Perhaps you just recently quit smoking, or you decided to stop drinking, or you decided to start eating healthy or healthier. So somebody's going to try to, get you to fall off the wagon, I guess. Right? They will offer you a smoke, they'll offer you a drink, they'll offer you a piece of cake with icing on top, just the way you like it. Right? And it's going to be hard for you to resist, but you will resist it. I don't see you falling for it. Right? You've already made up your mind. Right? Speaking of making up your mind, the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck, this is a card of somebody who made up their mind, somebody who made a decision, and after that there is no turning back. So for some of you, it could have been a decision to stop smoking, drinking, or to stop seeing this particular person. However, here comes the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Page of Wands and the Devil. The Devil could be a Capricorn you're dealing with, or the Devil is that temptation to go back to that person, or to start drinking, smoking, etc. Right? The Seven of Swords, the first card that came out, is clarified by the Page of Wands. Yeah, Seven of Swords is a card of a deception. It's a card of a cheating. It's a card of somebody who sneaks around. The Page of Wands is either a message or somebody literally offering you something, face to face. But with the Seven of Wands clarified by the Ten of Swords right next to the deck, you will successfully pass the test. What's done is done. You're not going back, or you're not going back for the particular period of time. If you decided to cut down on calories for the first 2 months, say, or until your birthday, which is in 3 months or so, right? You're not going to be falling back for it. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so that's what I have for you, Aries, for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Aries, have an amazing week.